Hello everybody, this is Curtis Bonds from NintendoWorldReport.com, and we are taking a look at Finn and Jake Investigations, the latest Adventure Time game. Now, by default, I feel like this is probably the best Adventure Time game so far. Now, there's been a few others. There's been one on the DS that was kind of a Zelda 2 homage. There was one on the Wii U that was kind of a gauntlet game and wasn't really all that great. There was one on the 3DS, which was kind of a Link to the Past ripoff. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with that one. I was actually going to review that one for Nintendo World Report, but as it turns out, it was really glitchy, and I couldn't progress through one of the dungeons because of said glitch, and could not complete the game, and I didn't really feel like I could honestly give that game a review because of that. But this one actually has a lot of good things going for it. I mean, as you can see, it's not really the best looking game in the world. It looks like kind of a mid-life GameCube game, only in HD and widescreen. But for the most part, this game kind of gets the job done, you know? It's, it's a point-and-click adventure game, similar to Telltale's Sam & Max and Monkey Island games. I mean, you go around looking at different items and interacting with them.
I wouldn't fit.
And, you know, you get little quips from all the characters.
That radio really needs an antenna.
That's one of the best things about this game, personally speaking, is that they got all the voice actors and the writing is top-notch. It's exactly what you would expect from the show. Some of the character animations are really good, really cool. I mean, you know, when they talk, it's not the best because they just kind of have their mouths flapping. For no real, like, it's not synced up with anything. It doesn't really have any rhythm to it, so it just kind of comes off as kind of lazy. And like when you're interacting with objects, sometimes they'll just throw nothing. Like the object you have won't actually be in their hands. It's just implied that they're using it, which I think is kind of a weird shortcut that they use, considering this is a game in 2015. But like I said, it's a licensed game, so it's come to expect it. But you know, you can expect something a little better than that, I think. But anyway, the main idea of this game is that Finn and Jake find a little ticker machine left by their parents in Finn's vault, and because of the Magic Man, a Magic Man, or the Magic Man if you're familiar with the show, it starts working again, and it prints out different crimes being reported in the land of Ooo. And it's up to Finn and Jake to solve these mysteries. So they form their own like little investigation thing. So it's like a little sub-series of the show. I mean, it takes place between seasons 6 and 7. So I guess you can consider this like maybe just I guess you could consider this canon, but at the same time it's just a little one of their other adventures like in the show. So let's take a look at what's up next in the ticker.
New case. Everybody dance now. What the heck does that mean? Hey!
So yeah, let's start the investigation. I'm not sure what that means, actually. Oh god, it's a lemon grab episode. I don't know if I'm looking forward to this one. So yeah, I've played a good portion of this game so far, and yeah, it's fun.
Man,
oh,
I hear music in my brain.
Oh,
and
that
it's
dance.
making me want to dance.
Me too. It's kind of fun.
I can't stop.
Yeah, me either. I'm thinking this is probably a bad thing.
The ticker type said everybody dance. Think this is happening to everybody?
Yay! Bimo is in permanent dance mode.
I love Bimo.
I'm gonna say yes. Jake, we gotta find out what's causing this. But first, we need to find a way to keep that music out of our brains. Do we have any earplugs?
That music's in our brains, man, not our ears. What we need is psychic earplugs.
Is that even a thing?
No, but I have an idea. Remember that recipe for that killer seafood dish that Prismo gave us that time?
Yeah, pickled sonic squid tentacles. Gave me weird psychic dreams for a week.
Yeah, psychic dreams. It affects your brain, dude. Bet if we stuck a couple of those tentacles in our ears, it'd block out the head music.
It's worth a try. We should have all the ingredients to cook up a batch. Guess we better get started.
Okay, so yeah, this episode kind of starts out of them dancing. Now this is kind of a little different. So sometimes the episodes will just start out,
Youch! I have to stop touching hot
they'll
stuff.
start out in different places. Like the first episode started out in the Candy Kingdom, and the last one started out in the forest. You know, which is where Tree Trunks lives. You know, the elephant that makes apples and stuff, apple pies and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go downstairs. They probably have the ingredients down there. So like I said, this kind of operates like your average point-and-click adventure game, where you go around looking at different things and interacting with different objects.
Underwater. Not that I'd ever go underwater.
They all have different little quips, like I said. But yeah, it's really funny. And, oh, here's all the treasure down here that they've collected. I'll kind of explain what the treasure means once we get to it later on in the game. But let's try and find those ingredients.
Sonic squid tentacles! 6 of them! Just what we needed! I knew we had some frozen Sonic squid tentacles. Only 6 left. It'll have to do.
Okay, super spicy hot sauce.
I'm not gonna use that coffee.
Let's see. Cheese?
Cheese.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can cook this tentacles here.
The ingredients will just burn if we don't get some water first.
Oh, yeah. That would help, wouldn't it? Yeah. How am I gonna get the water? The bathroom in here?
Sure would be handy to have more than one sink. We don't want to mix water with the vinegar.
Oh, that's vinegar. Okay, so we're gonna have to find a cup to put the water in. Bubble collection. I don't know if we can put the vinegar in it. I don't think that's probably gonna be a good idea.
This is never gonna work unless we get some water in that pot.
Oh yeah, let's take the... Okay, there we go. Let's take the pot first. Then we can probably use the pot here.
Done! 1 pot of water, ready for boiling.
I'm surprised they don't have a sink in the kitchen, but... Oh yeah, that's right. Jake said they only have 1 sink, so... I guess that would make sense. Vinegar in...
Plenty of vinegar. Nobody wants half-pickled Sonic squid tentacles.
Hey, speak for yourself.
6 frozen Sonic squid tentacles. They're the hero of the dish. 1 dash of PB's super spicy hot sauce. Oh, what the heck? A whole blorb? Only 1 more ingredient to go. Starting to smell tasty. Too bad we're putting these in our ears.
Okay, so, let's see if we can find that other ingredient. I'm not sure if I saw, like, a list of ingredients or whatever. But, yeah, let's just keep looking around. Oh, this is the exit. I thought the other way was the exit. So let's go back upstairs. So yeah, you know, the game is kind of easy. I mean, you know, it's a kids show, so you can't really expect it to be super hard for the most part. Oh yeah, this is...
Sturdy.
It's kind of a good reference to an older episode here.
Armor. Very...
Alright, so, okay, we need to find that other ingredient. It's probably knocked down here. So yeah, you get to go to different locales, like I said, the land of Candy Kingdom, the forest, the Wizard Kingdom, and yeah, you get to interact with all the characters. All the original voice actors are there. The music is middling to okay.
Hey! Somebody took our rope! Squeaky.
Power crystals. I wonder if that's an ingredient too.
Ow. Pointy.
Alright, yeah, let's just keep moving here. So the idea is that you just talk to all these characters and solve all their problems, and hopefully things go right for you and you'll solve the case. It's not really that much different from any other adventure game, but, you know, seeing that it's Adventure Time, it doesn't really matter too much because of just the name and the characters and the voices themselves already kind of... Oh, I guess that is an ingredient.
Couple of chunks of psychic crystal for mystical goodness. And voila! 1 batch of pickled
Just
Sonic
Adventure
squid
Time in
tentacles.
itself kind of carries its own weight.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter that it's kind of
Here goes
easy,
nothing.
because it's fun, you know? Adventure Time is already
Hey,
great, and
Jake,
I
it
guess,
works.
you know,
I
if
can't
you
hear the
put it
brain
in a
music
right,
anymore.
if you put it
That's
in the
awesome,
right
dude.
setting, then
How about handing me that other pair?
Oh, yeah,
put it in the right
sure.
setting, you know, it could work.
That is so much better.
I mean, sometimes
Now
it
we
didn't
can
work
hear
like in the
ourselves
previous
think,
games,
and
but
we
in
have
this
an
one I
extra
feel
pair
like
we
it
can give
does
to
because
anybody
it
we need to talk
focuses
to.
so
Where should
much
we
on the
start?
dialogue and the
Let's talk to
characters.
Marceline. She knows more about music than
Ooh, we
anybody
get to talk to
know.
Marceline.
Come on, Jake. It's time to solve another mystery.
Okay, so we got the squid tentacles, even though they don't show. And that's, like I said earlier, about the objects not really showing up. They're just kind of implied to be there. You know, once you actually use them.
Oh, man. Just like we thought. That crazy brain music is affecting everybody.
We're gonna have to talk to PB and Marceline one at a time. We only have one extra set of psychic earplugs.
Well, let's get started. We need answers, Jake.
PB and Marceline hanging out. That's always nice to see. You know, I gotta say, I think it's kind of silly that Cartoon Network denies that these two are a couple, despite, you know, the creators and the writers saying that they are. You know, but, you know, that's just me. Let's talk to
I
Marceline.
can't talk right now, Finn. This music in my head is too distracting. Phew. Thanks, Finn. That's much better.
Marceline, you know more about music than anybody we know. You gotta help us.
Sure, I'll try.
So, what are you in
So yeah,
PB
you
up
get
to?
these little dialogue boxes that kind of
Well,
give a
we
little
were
exposition
jamming.
about what's going
Now we're
on
dancing.
and how
Kind
you
of
can solve
obvious,
it.
Finn.
You know, just like, you know, Sam and Max would.
Where is this music coming from?
I don't know, Finn. You heard it. Sounds like it's coming from inside your brain, but since everybody hears it, we're definitely not imagining it.
Have you ever heard anything like this before?
No, but I studied magical music theory for a while at a decent school in the Nightosphere. Only a magic instrument or a really powerful magic spell could make music that affects so many people at once.
Jake and me are gonna do our best to find out who's doing this, but if we don't, is there anything we can do to maybe drown it out?
I think so. I'm pretty sure a really powerful, sustained atonal sound at the exact opposite harmonic frequency could be enough to disrupt the music.
Huh?
Yeah,
A
I
really
don't...
awful noise that's the opposite
Oh,
of music
yeah.
would make the music go away.
Yeah, I knew
And
that.
I mean, major bad. But that would probably be worse than the music. I mean, at least we're dancing now. Who knows what effect the noise would have on us?
Okay, thanks, Marceline. We'll figure something out.
You might want to be quick about it. All this dancing's making me hungry. And you know how I am when I get hungry.
I'm gonna need the earplugs back now, Marceline.
Alright, so let's talk to PB now.
Finn, what are you doing? Do something to help us.
Don't worry, PB. Jake and me are here to help, but we don't know where to start.
I'll tell you whatever I can, Finn.
Is everybody in OO affected by this crazy music?
As far as I can tell, yes. I managed to get a call through to Peppermint Butler. He said the whole Candy Kingdom is one big dance party.
Well, is it really so bad if people are dancing all the time? I mean, it is good exercise, and we might get used to the music.
Yeah! We could maybe just make the best of it and go for the all-time marathon dancing record. That would be awesome.
No, Jake, it wouldn't. Everybody would eventually collapse from exhaustion. It has to be stopped.
Wasn't that a plot of... There was an episode of the Super Mario Bros. 3 cartoon where there was like some machine that made everybody dance, and I guess the princess wanted to use it to control the Koopa kids and, you know, King Koopa or Bowser, and so they could just collapse from exhaustion. I thought that was kind of hardcore for the princess to just work them into death. Like, that's exactly what she wanted to do. So I was wondering why this plot sounded kind of familiar.
What
So
about
let's-
making more
yeah, let's just
psychic
keep going.
earplugs? They
I'm
seem
going
to
on a
work.
tangent now.
There aren't enough Sonic Squid in all of OO to make that many pairs of psychic earplugs. And even if there were, those things smell awful.
Any idea where the music is coming from?
When all of this first started, I managed to get a few readings before the dancing got intense. Something out in the hills to the south made my chromatometer go totally diatonic. Maybe you should go take a look out there.
All right, Princess. We'll head out to the hills and see what we can find. Thanks.
Please hurry, guys. I'm afraid if we don't stop this soon, everyone in Ooh is gonna dance themselves to death.
Don't sweat it, PB. We'll get to the bottom of this. Sorry, Princess. I gotta take back the earplugs.
We got that. They're just going to continue dancing. And, let's see. Anything else we can do around here? So she said they're in the hills is where we need to go next. Oh, I guess we're here. Oh, here's Magic Man.
Dance, miniature candy man, dance!
Please, make it stop!
Ha!
Yep, he's a bad guy. He's always a bad guy.
Magic Man! We should have known you were behind this.
Yeah, you'd think I'd kind of be your first guess at this point when stuff like this happens.
Why are you doing this, Magic Man?
Because I'm Magic Man, and I'm a jerk. Seriously though, people like to dance. I'm just giving the people what they want.
Did you actually ask them if they wanted it?
What? And ruin the surprise?
Can't you see that you're hurting people? They can't dance forever.
I see it as helping people. Helping people realize what a jerk I am. I think it might be working.
Yeah, Magic Man's kind of an
I
asshole.
think everybody already knows what a jerk you are, Magic Man.
Yeah, especially me.
Well, it never hurts to be sure.
You're always doing jerky stuff like this. Don't you have anything better to do?
Oh, let me think. Nope, my schedule's pretty much wide open.
It reminds me of a few
Magic
certain
Man,
people
come
that I
on.
know.
You've got to stop this.
Just kind of leave it at that.
Stop it! Why would I do that? If I do that, things would probably get worse.
If you won't stop this, we're gonna make you stop.
Oh, you guys are just adorable. Make me stop, please. Anyway, I'm telling you, if you think people are unhappy now, you won't believe how unhappy they'll be if the music stops. But I can see you don't believe me. Tell you what, I'll prove it to you. Try to keep up.
You know, I really don't like that guy.
Yeah, well,
A whole lot of
I
people
guess
do.
we better follow him. But somehow, I don't think he's gonna make it very easy.
Yep, me neither. Oh yeah, here's combat time. So, there is combat in this game, despite it being a point-and-click adventure game, but this is probably the lowest point in the game. I mean, the combat isn't broken or anything like that, it's just boring and pointless. Like, I mean, if you do well in these sections and you get more loot for the treasure that you saw earlier on in Finn and Jake's treehouse, but it doesn't really give you an indication on how much you won or if you really won anything. I just had to kind of find that out on my own. And I mean, if you do combos, you can combine yourself with Jake, and do a little better at these combat sections. But in all honesty, you don't need to. You're just fine. You'd be fine on your own, just slashing with your sword. I'm not sure what that sword does. Oh, I guess that turns enemy on another enemy. Okay, that's neat, I guess. But yeah, it doesn't really matter how well... You can't really lose these battles, so it's like there's nothing really to worry about if you don't do well, because you can't lose them. It's just part of the game. And I guess depending on how well you do, it just gives you you get a certain amount of treasure. If you do poorly like I am doing right now, you'll get less treasure.
Well, those guys won't be bothering us again.
Yeah, unless we, you know, wanted to fight them again, get more treasure and stuff.
So yeah, you can restart the levels if you wanted to get more treasure, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, overall, this game isn't that bad. I mean, it's not the best game in the world, but, you know, it looks okay for what it is. It plays really well. You know, the writing is really snappy.
Sticking my hand in a beehive would not be one of my better ideas.
And, you know, the puzzles are decent. I mean, there are some esoteric ones where you really need to have knowledge of the show to really get by. And, I mean, yeah, it's a good point-and-click adventure game.
Quit playing in the dirt and focus, Finn.
Here, let's see. I mean, there's like I said, with some of the puzzles that you need the show knowledge, those are few and far in between. But I just had to. There's a point early on. If I can get some water here. There's a point early on where I was kind of stuck. Then I kind of I remembered.
Weird. I've never heard of a hammer well. Most of them just have water.
I suppose I can always use a hammer. Again.
I just remembered one of the episodes where the Lich appeared, and, you know, the way they got up to the Lich was that Princess Bubblegum blew a bubble from a little bubble blower thing, and they all encased themselves in it to float up to where the Lich was being sealed. And, yeah, I needed to go up there, and that's how I remembered how to do it. But I can't imagine, if you didn't know that episode, then how would you really guess that's what exactly you need to do, is just go out to the balcony and blow a bubble and go inside the bubble to do that. But other than that, the puzzles are kind of easy. They're not as obscure and obtuse as they are in like some of the early Sam and Max Telltale games, which I guess is okay. I mean, considering this is a kind of a kid's property. I mean, it appeals to kids, though a lot of older people like it. So, I mean, as easy as it is, I still find it really entertaining because, it's, you know, it's Adventure Time, and the point-and-click adventure game genre really helps make this game shine, because so much of Adventure Time is focused on the characters and the writing and stuff like that, that I feel like a point-and-click adventure game is probably the best genre for this game to really take advantage of. I mean, the other games were so focused on combat, when combat is like such a minor part of the show. I mean, you know, there's combat every now and again, and it's cool, but at the same time, it's just people watch Adventure Time for the characters and the writing, and I feel like this really is the best example of how to do an Adventure Time game right, or how to do a licensed game right in general. So, yeah, overall I like it. Tune in tomorrow. Well, not tune in tomorrow, but watch our website tomorrow. I'll have a full review on NintendoWorldReport.com, and the game is coming out tomorrow as well. So I hope you guys check out this game if you're an Adventure Time fan, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with my review. Alright, later.